Picture this. You walk into a beautiful cafe. The smell of fresh coffee fills the air. The music is soft. The menu is in English. And then the waiter walks over, smiles at you, and says, "Hi there. What can I get for you today?" And everything disappears. You point at the menu. You say, "This one." You nod when they ask if you want sugar, even though you do not. You say thank you 3 times because it is the only thing you are sure about. And you sit down feeling embarrassed, feeling small, feeling like everyone noticed. I know that feeling. And I want you to know it is not your fault. Nobody ever sat you down and taught you how to order a coffee in English, how to ask for a table, how to tell the waiter you have an allergy, how to split the bill, how to say, "Actually, can I change my order?" Nobody taught you the English of everyday, real-life moments until today. Today, we walk into that cafe together, and this time, you know exactly what to say. Stay until the end because after today, every cafe, every restaurant, every food moment in English is yours. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English with Ember. If you are joining us for the very first time, welcome to the family. This is your safe, warm, judgment-free home for English learning. One day, one sentence, one brave step at a time. And if you have been here since day one, 11 days strong, 11 days of showing up, 11 days of speaking, 11 days of becoming, I want you to think about something for just a second. 11 days ago, you were someone who wanted to speak English. Today, you are someone who does. Every single day. That is not a small thing. That is a life-changing thing. This is day 11 of our 30-day English shadowing challenge. 11 days in, 19 days to go. And today, we are doing something a little different, a little lighter, a little warmer. Today, we are going to a cafe, in English, together. I want to tell you something about the small moments. We spend so much time preparing for the big English moments, the job interview, the presentation, the important meeting, and we forget about the small ones, the coffee order, the lunch with a colleague, the dinner with a foreign friend, the moment when the waiter asks, "Is everything okay with your meal?" And you want to say something more than just, "Yes, good, thank you." But here's what I know after years of watching English learners grow. It is not the big moments that build fluency. It's the small ones. It's the coffee order that goes smoothly for the first time, the moment you ask for the bill without hesitating, the day you tell the waiter, "Actually, I would prefer it without onions," and they just nod and say, "Of course." Those small moments, one after another, are what fluency is actually made of. And today, we practice every single one of them. Today is not just about cafe sentences. Today is about something that every English learner needs and almost nobody teaches: the English of comfort, the feeling of walking into a place, any place, and knowing that you have the words, that you can handle whatever comes, that you do not have to point or nod or guess. That comfort, that quiet confidence of knowing you can manage a real situation in English changes everything about how you move through the world. Because when you're comfortable in small situations, cafes, shops, restaurants, you stop avoiding them. You start seeking them out. You stop crossing the street to avoid the English-speaking waiter and start looking forward to the chance to practice. And that shift from avoiding to seeking is the moment your English journey goes from slow to fast. Today, we make that shift happen. Here's something important about today's sentences. These are not sentences you will use one day, maybe, possibly, if the right situation comes along. These are sentences you could use tomorrow, next week, next month, for the rest of your life. Every time you walk into a cafe, every time you sit down at a restaurant, every time someone asks, "What would you like?" And when you shadow these sentences today, when you hear them and say them until they live in your mouth, something powerful happens. The next time you walk into a cafe, your brain will already know what to do. The words will be there, ready, natural, yours. No panic, no pointing, no embarrassing nodding. Just two people having a normal English conversation over a cup of coffee. That's what we're building today. Same 5 rules every single day. Rule 1, listen first. Feel the meaning, no translation. Rule 2, repeat out loud 3 times, loud and clear. Rule 3, mistakes are welcome. They mean you're trying. Rule 4, feel every word. Today, imagine you are actually in a cafe as you say these sentences. Picture the menu, smell the coffee, make it real. Rule 5, go at your own pace. Pause and repeat any sentence as many times as you need. This is your practice. Ready? Let's order something delicious in English. Hi, could I get a table for 2, please? Hi, could I get a table for 2, please? Hi, could I get a table for 2, please? 4 words that open every restaurant experience. Could I get a table? Not, I want table, not table please, but could I get a table, which is warm, natural, and polite all at the same time. This is how fluent speakers ask, and now it is how you ask too. Could I see the menu, please? I am not sure what I would like yet. Could I see the menu, please? I am not sure what I would like yet. Could I see the menu, please? I am not sure what I would like yet. I am not sure what I would like yet. 6 words that buy you time without any awkwardness. Because in English, saying I am not sure yet is not rude. It is not slow. It is completely natural. And now you never have to rush your order again. I would like a cappuccino, please. Could you make it with oat milk? I would like a cappuccino, please. Could you make it with oat milk? I would like a cappuccino, please. Could you make it with oat milk? I would like, not I want. This tiny difference is one of the most important things in polite English conversation. I want sounds demanding. I would like sounds warm and natural. Use it every single time you order anything in English and watch how people respond to you differently. Excuse me, could I also get a slice of that chocolate cake? It looks amazing. Excuse me, could I also get a slice of that chocolate cake? It looks amazing. Excuse me, could I also get a slice of that chocolate cake? It looks amazing. It looks amazing. 3 words that make any waiter smile, because when you notice something, when you say it looks amazing or it smells wonderful, you stop being just a customer and start being a human being having a real moment. And real moments are what real English is made of. Actually, could I change my order? I think I would prefer the latte. Actually, could I change my order? I think I would prefer the latte. Actually, could I change my order? I think I would prefer the latte. Actually, one of the most useful words in spoken English. It softens everything. It makes a change of mind sound natural instead of difficult. I think I would prefer is another golden phrase, not I want different one, but I think I would prefer. Polite, natural, confident. Yours. Excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that I have a nut allergy. Excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that I have a nut allergy. Excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that I have a nut allergy. This sentence could one day save your life or someone else's. I just wanted to let you know is one of the softest, most natural ways to share important information in English. It is not demanding. It is not abrupt. It is warm and clear and completely fluent. Learn this one by heart. This is absolutely delicious. Compliments to the chef. This is absolutely delicious. Compliments to the chef. This is absolutely delicious. Compliments to the chef. Compliments to the chef. 4 words that will make any restaurant staff light up with joy, because in a world where people complain loudly and compliment quietly, being someone who speaks appreciation out loud in English makes you unforgettable. Use this every time something genuinely tastes wonderful and mean it. Excuse me, could we get some more water when you get a chance? Excuse me, could we get some more water when you get a chance? Excuse me, could we get some more water when you get a chance? When you get a chance. This tiny phrase is the difference between sounding demanding and sounding considerate. It tells the other person, I see that you are busy. I respect your time. There is no rush. That consideration, expressed in English, is what makes people genuinely want to help you. Is service charge included, or should I leave a tip separately? Is service charge included, or should I leave a tip separately? Is service charge included, or should I leave a tip separately? This is a sentence that most English courses never teach, but every traveler needs, because tipping customs are different in every country, and being able to ask this question naturally, confidently, without embarrassment, is the kind of practical English that makes real life easier every single day. Could we get the bill, please? We are ready whenever you are. Could we get the bill, please? We are ready whenever you are. Could we get the bill, please? We are ready whenever you are. We are ready whenever you are. Such a warm and patient sentence. Not bill now, not we need to leave, but we are ready whenever you are. It respects the other person's time completely, and it makes paying the bill feel like the natural, comfortable end of a lovely experience, not a transaction. Would it be possible to split the bill between us? Would it be possible to split the bill between us? Would it be possible to split the bill between us? Would it be possible? 3 words that make any request sound polished and natural. Not, can you split? Not, separate bills, please. But, would it be possible? This phrase works in cafes, restaurants, shops, offices, everywhere. Learn it once and use it everywhere for the rest of your life. I'm sorry, I think there might be a mistake on the bill. I'm sorry, I think there might be a mistake on the bill. I'm sorry, I think there might be a mistake on the bill. I think there might be. Not, you made a mistake. Not, this is wrong. But I think there might be. Gentle, uncertain, giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. This is how confident English speakers handle problems, not with aggression, but with calm, polite, respectful language that gets results without creating conflict. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time, and we will definitely be back. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time, and we will definitely be back. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time, and we will definitely be back. We will definitely be back. 4 words that cost nothing and mean everything to the person who hears them. Because behind every cafe, Every restaurant, every small business is a human being who put their heart into what they made for you. Telling them you will come back is one of the kindest things you can say in any language. Do you have any recommendations? I can't decide between these two. Do you have any recommendations? I can't decide between these two. Do you have any recommendations? I can't decide between these two. Do you have any recommendations? 6 words that open the most wonderful conversations in cafes and restaurants around the world. Because when you ask someone for their recommendation, you are saying, I trust your opinion. I value your knowledge. Tell me what you love. And people everywhere, in every culture, love being asked that question. Everything was perfect. Thank you for such a lovely experience. Everything was perfect. Thank you for such a lovely experience. Everything was perfect. Thank you for such a lovely experience. Your final sentence for today, and the perfect way to end any cafe or restaurant visit in English. Not just thank you, but thank you for such a lovely experience. Because experiences aren't just food and drink, they're moments. And when you acknowledge a moment in English with warmth and genuine appreciation, you leave something behind, a good feeling, a real connection, a memory. And that is day 11. 15 cafe and restaurant sentences, from walking in to walking out, from ordering to paying, from asking for recommendations to saying everything was perfect. You just had a complete English cafe experience in your living room, in your bedroom, wherever you are right now. And the next time you walk into a real cafe, a real restaurant, those sentences will be there, ready, waiting, yours. Tonight, try this. Look up a cafe or restaurant menu in English online, just one, and practice ordering from it out loud. Say, I would like the, and complete the sentence with something real from the menu. Do it alone. Do it out loud. Do it without shame, because practicing alone is not embarrassing. It is exactly how every fluent speaker you have ever admired got to where they are. Now, comments time. Tell me, what is your favorite food or drink? Describe it in English. Even one sentence. Even just, I love because it. And tell me, which sentence today surprised you the most? Which one did you not know before today? Tell me which country you are from. And tell me, is there a cafe or restaurant near you where you could practice this English tomorrow? 19 days left, and every single day, the English gets more real, more useful, and more yours. Come back tomorrow for day 12. Same time, same place, right here on Everyday English with Ember. Thumbs up if today made you want to go to a cafe immediately in English. Subscribe and hit the bell, and share this with someone who has ever pointed at a menu because they did not know what to say. Because today, we just fixed that. Thank you for being here. The next cup of coffee you order in English, order it with confidence because you know exactly what to say. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.